Hi, this is Coach B, and you haven't seen me in a while because we're finally out of the lockdown and we're free to open up and do some of the things that we used to do before. And some of my clients actually brought up an interesting point to me when they first came back. They said, I wanted to feel like I was so out of shape that I had to feel like I needed to work out before I came to see you so that I could work out, which on the surface might sound a little bit funny, but it led me to think about what are some of the reasons why people are having a hard time transitioning back into like working on or back into getting to the gym. So I started to think about it, and I started to realize there are just a few things that I think are really impeding people from actually doing it. And one of them generally is fear. Was the fear warranted? Now, we all know the effects of COVID and what it can actually do to people. But as we've progressed over the course of the year, we have put into place a lot of things. People are getting vaccinated at a much higher rate. People are in gyms and other institutions that have exercise or some sort of exercise-based related system. They've become more savvy in understanding how do we actually protect ourselves. So one of the things that you want to pay attention to and to maybe alleviate some of that fear would be, where am I going? Do they have a good ventilation system? Do they take care of their equipment? Are they wiping those things down? Are they monitoring customers or other clients that are coming in, taking their temperature, finding out if they're traveling, seeing if they have any symptoms? A lot of these things have become pretty standard now when going back into places in the open. So that should alleviate some of the fears that you have. Another thing that I've been also noticing is that their lack of overall conditioning, which led me to this whole piece that we're doing right now. The idea that because you're so deconditioned, you're so out of shape, that you feel that you can't even go back into a gym or a space to actually exercise or to work out. That's normal. That's really, really common, actually. One of the things that we have to pay attention to would be unrealistic expectations. So the idea that you were the person that you were over a year ago to where you are now is very unrealistic. We're not. Nobody is. Unless you've been working out at your home with exercise equipment, or you've joined a program where you're keeping up some sort of moderate or rigorous program, you're not going to be the same person that you were a year ago. It's not possible. Walking, as good as it is not the same as getting in to your normal routine of whether it's swimming, biking, going to the gym, working out, group classes, right? Any of those things. Walking has been great, but it's not the same. So you have to understand that it's not that these expectations of where you were then and where you are now are unrealistic. So some of the ways that we can get past that, especially in terms of conditioning, is be gentle with yourself. You're just starting. You know, we've all been inside, we've all been locked up, and we've all been doing the best that we can. You've got to be very, very gentle with yourself. So it's important to remember the feelings that you had when you were actually working out, how good you felt after you actually had a workout, whatever it was that you were doing. Try to remember what it felt like. And that's one of the things that actually slips away the first, is that feeling. So that's actually one of the things that people tend to give up first, is exercise. And it's the thing that tends to help us the most. So try to remember that feeling of how good it made you feel. No one's ever walked into a workout or left a workout and said, I didn't want to I hated that workout. I wish I had never done it. You always leave feeling a little bit better than when you walked in. So try to find that feeling, capture it again, and use that as motivation to find yourself back in. The first thing that you can do is just reach out to whoever it is that you've been seeing, whatever organization, whether it's a trainer or any other program, and find out what they have available. At least probe a little bit to see what's their availability. You'll find that they're pretty willing and open to take you back on again. Another thing that you want to pay attention to is, what else can I do that maybe that's a little bit different from outside of what I was doing before? Sometimes trying something new can actually encourage you to get out maybe a little bit faster. And lastly, just try and have fun. Have fun with it. It's a process. More than likely, you've never been in a situation like this before. None of us have. So now you have an opportunity to actually try something new or try something different. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. You can also like the video and please share.